Today we're going to be reviewing the Jitsie Dynamic knee protectors as well as the elbow protectors. These are one of the neat things that I picked up recently, and I had a viewer say, yeah, I'd like to hear more about them, so I'm going to be telling you about that today. Stick around till the end. I'm actually going to be giving away a t-shirt of this style. I've got an extra large on me, and I'm going to be giving away a size large to a reviewer. I'll tell you about that at the end. If you're new here, this channel is all about taking trials techniques and breaking them down into smaller bite-sized pieces. You guys can see more on the website, trialsprogression.com. And I just want to say thanks for all of you that have subscribed and supported the channel. Recently, we hit 10,000 subscribers, and so I wanted to give away a t-shirt to say thank you. I wanted to go a little more in-depth as related to these knee pads. I have not seen too many trials-specific content out there on the internet reviewing, hey, I'm thinking about getting these knee pads. What about these elbow guards? So I wanted to go ahead and share with you my experience. I have had these Alpine Star Bionic knee protectors. I think they're called Bionic, and they work well. They're a little more bulky. They're definitely a lot of protection, but sometimes I choose not to wear them, and I just go with the general pad that's usually in most of the trials pants. And so, it's a compromise. Sometimes I'm wearing things, sometimes I'm not. So I thought, what if I got something that was a lower profile and I just put on all the time? So that's where these Jitsie Dynamic knee protectors came in. These are made with Rheon Technology. Really neat stuff. This is very flexible, very lightweight, easy to breathe, but it also hardens on impact. So this is CE1 certified as it relates to the protection. We'll go ahead and overlay some of that information here if you guys are familiar with it. These knee protectors also have a small portion down here for the shin. So the knee protector main pad is removable. That way you can wash these more easily. It's hard to get it in and out of that small hole, but these do stretch very well with the Lycra and mesh that they're made out of. So once that's in there, you guys can see this shin pad that's right here. So this is going to go ahead and take care of where potentially the pegs might nail you right in the shin. And this comes down right to the edge of my boot. And I'm very tall, so I'm sure these will cover full your knee and shin as well. These have a built-in knee pad somewhat similar to this. And I pulled out the knee pads so you can see just a very low profile. I really forget that I'm wearing them once I put them on. These are something that just goes on, and at least right now in the wintertime, they don't feel overly hot. So I've been very satisfied with their performance. They do stay in place very well. The rubber lining that's at the top and bottom definitely assists with keeping these in place. So I always put these on first before putting on pants or anything else, and this really helps it to stay in place, especially top and bottom. Now, my legs, I consider them skinny, but as it relates to the sizing chart that you guys can see here, I am on the upper end, but they do feel very comfortable. So in centimeters, just above the boot, I'm right at about 35 centimeters, right on the calf, and then just above the knee, about 6 centimeters or so, right where this band is, I'm right about 44 centimeters. These have not slipped at all as I've been wearing them and sweating. Under different clothing, I find they stay in place very well. So the first thing that I like is that they do stay in place. Although they do not have any sort of adjustment straps, I found that I did not need them. So some of the things that I like about these are the lower profile. These are something that I'm going to wear without thinking twice. Instead of the knee pads that are bigger and more bulky, and I've got to decide, oh, what kind of riding am I going to do today? Do I really need knee pads or not? That's usually when you wind up crashing, even doing something silly. So with these, I'm just going to wear them all the time. This is something that's a low profile. They flex and move with you. This Rheon technology is really neat, lightweight, very flexible, moves right with you. Don't even feel like you're wearing a knee pad. I mean, I know something's down there, but it's not annoying, if you know what I'm talking about, especially as I've ridden for about 2 hours, 3 hours with these. It's not something that I've noticed or wanted to take off. The Rheon materials, if you guys have seen their website and their design, this is neat stuff. It's even supposed to harden on impact. So I have not taken any crashes with these. I don't really have a whole lot to comment as far as how great of a job or how not great of a job they do. I mean, I feel like it's not going to be as protective. I mean, they're both CE certified level 1. I don't feel like it's going to be as much protection as this compared to this, but usually the impacts that I'm having aren't like sliding down the roadway type of impacts. So I'm going to go ahead and switch out to these for this year. Some of the things that I don't like about these, they're not adjustable as it relates to the size. There's no Velcro strap to make it tighter, but I have found they stay in place well. Coming out of the box, the pads do not come inside of here, so you will have to shove it on in there and make sure you've got these things so that it conforms around your knee, so it does go this direction specifically. When it comes to the price of these are a little more pricey than, for instance, the Alpine Stars that I have. They're about twice as much. They were $85 at Trial Store USA. And this is something that you have to weigh. I honestly feel like it's worth it. They are good quality. I feel like the materials are there, and I'm just gonna wear them, as opposed to something that I'm not as confident in, or I might wear it half the time and then I'm not protected. So I went ahead and plunked the money down. I just said, to heck with it. I'm gonna wear these all the time. Whereas in the past, I usually only wear pads when I feel like I'm gonna do big stuff. So one of the things I like about ordering from Trial Store USA, in addition to Alex being a friend and a pro and a rider, is he's available. So in this instance, I didn't know much about these knee pads, so I just called him and I said, hey, what do you think about these? And he said, oh, they're sick. They're absolutely awesome. And that was about enough that I needed to go ahead and make the decision to order them. And so Alex is someone that I would recommend ordering from, and I'm not a salesman, I'm just telling you my honest thoughts on the matter. I'm gonna go ahead and talk a little bit about the elbow pads as well. So same concept, these elbow pads. My arms are not really very big at all, and I have found initially that I was worried that these might be moving on me, but they haven't. These have stayed in place because of that rubber material there. These have stayed in place very well. You can see I've got just a little bit of room here where it's not super tight, and so I was worried they would slide down. I always wear these so far with a outer layer, so with another shirt, a long sleeve shirt over, and that does kind of help to hold everything in place. But these aren't sliding down, so even when I was worried they might, they just flex in the right place with you, and so I haven't had any problem. If you are worried that it's going to slide down, you can probably roll that up a little bit so that it's a little bit tighter as it relates to the wrist. These have not moved at all for multiple hours worth of riding, and so I've been very pleased with the elbow protectors as well. So the bottom portion of this pad, this is, I don't know, midway between the elbow and the wrist. I am right at 25 centimeters, and then measuring up closer to the bicep, where the top portion is, we are right at 32 centimeters. So these are staying in position for me just fine. Even if you're a little smaller, I think you're gonna be okay. Thanks for watching. If you guys have any questions about the knee pads, you can drop a comment down below. And I want to go ahead and give away a t-shirt. So these are a prototype that my friend Abigail Bazzelli designed, and it says it rides right up. This is a pretty cool thing, man. It's got a little rider up here. Yeah, no problem. And this whole cave just looks like a, you know, it's going to eat you alive. It's actually got tire tracks through there, some bats in the cave, and then some bones, some dead man. This guy's like, oh no. But pretty cool shirt, and this is a size large. I'm happy to ship this free of charge to somebody in the lower 48. In order to enter this contest, just drop a comment below. It can be anything. It can be a question about the knee pads. Maybe you can just tell me how long you've been riding trials, or, you know, appreciate the channel. Any comment will get you entered, and we'll do a random drawing to see who's going to win that t-shirt, and I'll send it out to you. One last thing, if you guys do have any additional things that you want reviewed on this channel, drop me a comment or shoot me an email. If you guys have any things that you own that you want to send in, I know David Scarborough, Moto Trial Parts Etsy, sent me a lot of stuff, so I got a video coming with that, as well as the Slacker sag measuring tool and some levers by Trial Solutions. So I'll have those videos coming out to you guys soon, as well as some lighting. Riding at nighttime is definitely challenging as the cold weather is upon us, so I do have some reviews as it relates to lights and mobile setups that I've been using. So those will be coming here shortly.